Let's go ahead and do a quick unboxing on the brand new Valkyrie IR. Now what this is, it is a mounted weapon light that has the same design language as the Balder Mini or the PL Mini 2, but this is quite different because this not only features a 400 lumen white light beam, but it also has a 150 milliwatt IR illuminator for if you have a night vision setup. So let's go ahead and get into the box right here. It's very simple to open. It does not have the plastic seal on the packaging. You just have to open the box just like that. Front and center, you are going to see the light, and then in the back right here, you are going to have the special type magnetic charging cable, which is the same charger that you will use for the Balder Mini RL, or the PL Mini 2. So we'll go ahead and set this to the side and give you an up close look of the Valkyrie IR. So it says Valkyrie IR on this side. On this side, you just have the Olight. On the bottom there, you're going to have the magnetic charging section there, where you just plop this on there and plug it in USB to any power source that you have. Right here, we have the selector on the back, similar to the Balder Mini, but obviously this is going to be different because this doesn't have a red laser. Instead, it has that IR illuminator. So if you flip it to the right here, you're going to get to that 400 lumen white light, and then in the middle it's actually going to be off, so that keeps it definitely very safe if you're putting it in a range bag or a safe, something like that. But then if you go to the left, it's going to turn on the IR illuminator, which obviously you can only see if you have some type of night vision setup. So you either need some night vision binos, monocular, binocular, anything like that. You're going to need to actually own that from a third-party company in order to see the IR illuminator. Now, what the IR illuminator is it's basically a flashlight that no one else can see unless they are wearing night vision. So you're getting your own personal flashlight that no one else can see while you're wearing your night vision. It actually works extremely well. I do appreciate the fact that you can illuminate certain targets when this is on your firearm while you're wearing night vision. So it is extremely useful to have an IR illuminator while you're wearing night vision so that you can actually focus on things when it is completely dark. But I like the concept of the fact that if you're wearing night vision, this will become a flashlight only for you. No one else can see it. I think that is very, very cool. Now, in order to achieve a white light beam when you're not wearing night vision and then have the illuminator, basically we had to create two completely separate heads right here, two completely separate reflectors, and we had to completely redesign the circuitry as well. So there is a lot of tooling involved in order to create this head. There's more components, but it was definitely necessary in order to get a nice, still very even beam with that white light, but also get you a high quality illuminator as well for when you're wearing your night vision. So I think that's really cool. We definitely took the extra step to make this as good as we possibly could. It still features all of the awesome features of the Balder Mini and PL Mini 2. So what that means is you still have this movable rail section right here that allows you to put this not only on compacts but also subcompacts. So for example, if you're going out in the field or something like that and you do have a night vision setup, say that you have a secondary firearm accompanying your rifle, something like that, well obviously you want that secondary to be compact, but also you still want to be able to use your night vision with it. So here is, a really nice setup here for a backup option that will still work with your night vision. Otherwise, if you want something that is a little bit smaller for home defense, maybe you do actually have a night vision setup for home defense. For that, this is also a nice option because it's compact, so it'll be easy to use. You can keep it in your nightstand, anything like that. So I think it is worthwhile to have something that still works with your night vision, but it's actually finally compact. Now I wanted to show you just the size comparison between the three lights that we offer in this design language and this movable rail system. So right here we have the Valkyrie IR on the bottom, we have the Balder RL Mini, same size as the Balder Mini, and then we have a PL Mini 2 there right on top. Now in terms of the length, the IR is actually very similar to the Balder RL Mini or the Balder Mini. The PL Mini 2 is definitely shorter than both of these, so I'll go ahead and move the PL Mini 2. Just know that the PL Mini 2 is the most compact, but this one doesn't have any laser whatsoever, so the PL Mini 2 is just a standard weapon light, only white light. The Balder RL Mini and the Balder Mini both have actual lasers on them that you can see with the naked eye, and then you have the Valkyrie IR, which has that illuminator that only you can see with night vision. But these are actually different. A lot of people were asking recently on Facebook, are they the same size? Are they different? Well, they're definitely not going to fit the same holster because the heads of these is completely different. You have these big grooves right here versus here you have that dual lens system. Also, this is actually slightly higher than the Balder Mini. So the actual height from the bottom to the top of the rail section is higher on the Valkyrie than it is there on the Balder Mini. So if you're thinking about using the same holster for this, unfortunately, I don't believe it's going to work. If your holster is Kydex and it has tight tolerances, it's probably not going to work with your Balder Mini holster. Now the last thing that I wanted to show you is how the Valkyrie IR looks on a pistol. So right here I have pretty much the most common one, which is a Glock 45. It is the same size as the Glock 19 except with the longer grip, but what really matters is the barrel length, which is 4 inches on here, which is your standard compact size. But keep in mind with this adjustable rail, it can fit subcompacts as well, as long as they actually have a rail on them, such as the Hellcat G2C, maybe the 3.6 inch MMP 2.0, anything like that, it will still be able to fit that. But let's go ahead and fit this up right here. So I'm just going to put it in this front rail notch. I'm going to slide it back to the trigger guard so we have that additional support, and then I'm going to crank this down, and as you can see, this thing is solid as a rock. This is definitely not coming off. So this is how the Valkyrie IR looks on your standard compact. Obviously it's not going to protrude past the front barrel there, which is a very nice feature. I'm not really the biggest fan of when the light's sticking out this far way in front of where the front of the barrel is, especially for appendix carry or something like that. So you got a really nice fit on there, similar to the fit of the Balder Mini, but obviously this is going to sit a little bit lower. Let me go ahead and also put on a Balder Mini just to give you some perspective. So we'll go ahead and pop this one on, slide it back, and there you have the Balder Mini. And the Balder Mini is actually going to be a little bit longer the way that it sits on here, because you have a little bit longer head on that Balder Mini to give you the additional 200 lumens and also be able to house the laser inside of it as well, compared to the 400 lumens right here, and then again with that additional IR illuminator right there. So that should give you an idea of what they look like. Obviously, like I said before, these two lights, the Balder Mini and the Valkyrie IR, are different sizes, so just keep that in mind. And then also, why not, for the heck of it, let's go ahead and pop on the PL Mini 2. Obviously, that is going to be by far the smallest one. It definitely is not as wide here from this angle, and then also it's not as long as the other two as well, because this doesn't have anything additional to it. It's literally just a regular white light. But there you have it, the new Valkyrie IR, finally a compact option on the market that not only features a standard white light beam, but also an IR illuminator if you have night vision or you're thinking about getting night vision in the future. These are actually currently available at olightstore.com. I will leave a link in the description of this video to where you can purchase yours today. Currently, we only have 500 of these made. It's almost like like a pre-release where we're just trying to see how the market feels about these. So if you want to go ahead and pick this up, just head to that link. And again, we only have 500 of them currently. We actually have sold quite a few so far because these have been out for a couple of days. But if you're curious about finally getting a night vision setup, this is a fantastic compact option to use with that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll see you over at olightstore.com.